and welcome to the podcast. I'm Risa.
And I'm Ariana.
And we're the Krolmeister sisters. As a reminder, this podcast is rated T for teen for strong language and mature themes.
If you like a podcast that doesn't have those things that we just mentioned, but also talks about Nancy Drew, then head on over to her very own podcast, Unlocked, where sometimes they discuss things with people.
And
also stuff with people.
But you messed it up, and now I can't say and stuff.
No. You have to find a new creative way to do it. By the way, I was laughing at the beginning because I almost said, and I'm using the right microphone this time.
I mean, you could have said that.
I could have.
So, Ariana, what are we talking about today?
Well, we're taking out our tinfoil hats and donning them perfectly upon our heads so that the aliens can't get in and erase our crackpot theories from our brains.
Yeah. We are taking everyone's favorite part of our show, obviously, of our regularly scheduled episodes.
If you're telling me that you don't fast forward through those episodes to the crackpot theory corner, then I don't know who you are.
I don't know you. I just don't know you.
I just don't even know you anymore.
We're going to do that. We're just going to do it for the series at large. We're just going to... We have a couple where we wrote down just, like, a couple words that vaguely make sentences.
We're going to muse upon this, the weird things that could maybe be things.
Some of them are just like, they are words strung together, and I'm excited to find out what they mean. And I wrote some of them down.
Right.
So... Let's get on this shit. Ariana, please start us off.
Okay. I truly believe now. Like, I started this out as just a joke thing, but I truly believe this now. There are characters in the games that are aliens.
Every single game.
Every single game. Well, most games at least. There's at least one alien amongst you.
Okay, so who's the alien in each game? Because I think Lillian in Stay Tuned for Danger is an alien. Because you want to think it's Billy, because she's crazy, but it's Lillian.
No, yeah, definitely. And the one that really came to mind for whatever reason, like, I was like, okay, let's see. There's, oh no, I just lost her name. In Haunted Carousel.
Joy?
No.
Ingrid?
I'm like, Ida, no.
Ingrid's an Anunnaki?
Ingrid is absolutely
She's teaching us. She's teaching us about niacin.
Mm-hmm. And Katie Firestone, absolutely Anunnaki.
Is she? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
She's
it.
You know, she's trying to pave the way for,
Frosty.
Frosty is 100% an alien.
It explains the head.
It does.
Explains the head. Completely. 100%.
And it also explains the videotape, the recorder thing, because that's absolutely alien tech. Who other than aliens is going to design that? Humans?
Exactly.
I don't think so.
Humans don't use rentograms to turn on things.
No, they don't.
But aliens? Maybe.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crowley was an alien.
Crowley?
Is that his name? Is that not his name? Josiah Crowley? In Clock?
Yes.
The old Clock?
Yes. Okay, there we go. I got
it is
there.
his name.
No, I got
I'm
there.
like...
I'm like, I don't know Crowley, and I don't know what you're talking about.
Josiah Crowley was an alien, and he was an Anunnaki, and he was trying to improve the lives of everyone there.
Yeah. And once again,
Nancy ruined it.
It explains his technology.
Yeah, the lasers. Jake Hurley.
Mm-hmm. Jake Hurley. I was getting ready to say. Actually, Jake Hurley and his wife were aliens. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And actually, she didn't die from, I don't know. I was getting off track there. But anyway, definitely alien. No. Okay. No, I got it. No, I don't. I'm good.
Okay.
What's this next one you wrote down? What is
I wrote
this?
down, okay, Nancy is a vampire. That's one that the Clue Crew's been saying for a while. She doesn't have a reflection. Mm-mm. Okay, this is like, she doesn't have a reflection in Secrets Can Kill. She doesn't have a reflection anytime she puts anything in. She doesn't have a reflection in Shadow at Water's Edge.
Camera's taking pictures of her. It gets distorted.
Exactly. Uh-huh. So, obviously, she, there's that. She lives for a really long time. So, like, in this, what I'm saying right now, in this crackpot theory, she's lived since Secret of the Old Clock, right? Since 1930. Yeah. So, Bess and George are also vampires, right? Yeah. So,
however, she's got, like, a bunch of fathers who adopt her.
Maybe. I don't know.
Or something.
So.
Nope, he's a robot.
He's a robot. No, but then it's just like, she's just immortal. She's been going since 1930. I'm just saying that, if anything, it makes sense. And she's very prone to fire.
Is it a vampire thing?
I mean,
Are they usually prone to fire?
Yes. Yes, they are. I'm glad you asked.
It also explains why it's so freaking hard to kill her. Did you say that already?
No, I didn't. But it does explain that. Because, it's so hard to kill her. She gets squashed by things. Then she's just like, oh, I just got a grapefruit the size of a goose egg.
And then I want to say it's in Sea of Darkness where she says, I've found that these days it's pretty hard to kill me. It's like,
yeah. I'm like, just, that entire game is just all wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Know what I mean? But, it's just like, the chat has a good one in a second. But honestly, that explains why Nancy's so hard to kill. But then the things that do kill her are just like being impaled by spikes. Mm-hmm. Impaled. Being squashed by an elevator. If you get squashed, it's very easy to get decapitated. All of these things kill vampires.
Yes, well, squishing generally severs the head from the body, so...
Exactly. The only thing it doesn't explain is sunlight. But maybe that's just one of her special vampire powers.
Yeah,
she's just a higher vampire. She's a higher vampire, a greater vampire, and lesser vampires that we've heard about just don't compare to her powers.
Yeah. She's like Twilight vampires.
She's Twilight vampires? So Twilight. Are you telling me that in Creature of Kapu Cave she's sparkling? When the Hardy
but people
Boys
think that she's just really sweaty.
When the Hardy Boys see her on the beach, they're like, wow, Nancy's just so white, she's just glistening. Like, just
it's not even just that it's white, it's that it looks like she's got like a layer of sweat on her. And Joe is like, ugh, and Frank is like, yeah. Frank's super into it.
Apparently.
He is.
I mean, yeah, in that game.
Yeah.
Okay. In the chat, Nicole the Pickle has said, Jake and Camille were the doctor and his companion, and that's how they knew so many people.
It does make sense.
That makes sense. I love it. I love it.
What? It's not like it's from Mark Twain or something.
How else would he be friends with so many influential people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Have a weird mode of transport.
Yeah. Except he left his train TARDIS. His train-dis, if you will.
Yeah. And that's why the freaking train is so much bigger on the inside. Something that I'm sorry.
It's true, the whole
but
back
as someone
car,
who's been on, that would have to go on kind of like narrow gauge rails. Mm-hmm. That could not go on narrow gauge rails.
No.
That's way too big.
Yeah.
But whatever. Okay. Ariana, you have written down the Clue Crew are figments of Nancy's imagination. Please explain.
What was I thinking there?
I don't know.
No, there's so many games where, I mean, where Ned and Bess and George, okay, I know where I was going with this. Okay, they all managed to just know what's going on with Nancy in a lot of the games. It's like, we can pick up the phone with them for the first time. It's like, you'll never guess what.
Okay. Danger on Deception Island, in my speed run, I don't call them the entire game. I'm leaving the caves after seeing the orca. Bess and George call me, and I go, I have to go find Katie because she's feeding the orca. And they're like, oh my gosh. They know exactly what's going on.
Yeah. See, these aren't, they're just figments of her imagination. They're just Nancy's way of working through the clues that she's getting.
Oh my god. Danger on Deception Island, Hilda is just Nancy's, like, latent psychic powers.
Whoa.
Manifesting as a person in her brain.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, okay.
She's just getting all these vibes from people, and she can't, there's no way for her to actually know all these things herself.
So she's
rationalizing it.
Yeah.
She's rationalizing it, and so she's having these phone calls from this random woman. See?
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. Ned replacement scheme. We came up with this one during some of your streams.
Yes. It's
We started it because Stay Tuned for Danger is one Ned voice. And then Message in a Haunted Mansion, we meet Charlie. Charlie's voice actor then goes on to voice Ned for the rest of the series. So, we think that Nancy... This ties in with Nancy as a vampire, by the way. This ties in with Nancy as a vampire. So, Nancy is a vampire, but Ned is not. Whereas Bess and George are. Bess and George stay with her. Ned is not a vampire, so she has to replace him every once in a while. So she's on her current Ned. Her current Ned is like, he's in his 30s now. He's in his 40s now. She's gonna have to replace him soon.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, people are gonna start talking like, oh, that Nancy Drew girl, she's like 19 and she's dating a 40-year-old. People are they're gonna start talking, so she's gonna have to replace Ned soon.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that she just replaces them, but she doesn't want to have to learn their names and get, like, attached.
So
she just calls
like,
them all Ned after her original boyfriend.
Yeah, it's like Snow King, and how all of the penguins are Gunter, and yeah. She's just like Ned.
Yeah,
that's all of them.
Ice King.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You said Snow King.
Did I say Snow King?
You did. Okay. So it took me a while to understand.
That explains your face. You're like,
yeah.
What?
That's just my face, sir. Okay. But yeah. I was just...
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
That's 100% what it is.
Carson died. Nancy took one of the golf balls from Secret of the Old Clock to carry around with her because she missed him. And that's why he's a golf ball.
He plays piano very well for a golf ball.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although that's really just Nancy sitting at the piano and playing by herself and going, Dad's playing with me. Right, Dad? Looking down forlornly at the piano bench where she has a golf ball sitting next to her.
Yeah. Imagining all of that in her head.
And she imagines him calling her while she's in Scotland because she wants somebody to be worried about her, and there's nobody to be worried about her.
Oh my gosh. Cathedral and Revenant are actually vampire hunting groups and stuff. Because Kate was a vampire.
I was going to say, this actually leads into my next one, which is Kate isn't dead. But I was thinking more along the lines of it's like in Full Metal Alchemist, their dad, leaves because he's an ageless monster. Spoiler alert for Full Metal Alchemist.
Which has been out, Brotherhood has been out since 2011, so, we gave you 8 years. You
had 8 years. You catch up, man. But, yeah, so she has been out really for way longer. And that's a major point of contentment. It's, or...
Contention?
Contention, thank you. I lost the word. Thank you. But yeah. I think she just took off because, she didn't want to be like that lady in that one episode of The Twilight Zone, where she's a movie star who hasn't aged and her daughter is playing her mom now because she's older.
Yeah.
Do you know? Anybody?
No, I don't remember that one.
Damn.
I don't remember that one.
I'm worried I made that episode up.
Maybe. I don't know.
But I swear I remember it.
You probably didn't make it up. It's probably real.
There
are so many episodes of Twilight Zone.
It's probably
real. Somewhere out there.
Speaking of, I'm super excited for the remake.
Yeah.
Or the new, you know what I mean.
Yeah. No, what you mean.
I'm looking forward to it.
But yes, Kate isn't dead. I like the idea that either Kate isn't dead and she's just, like, gone off and it's like she's had just witness protection program, to protect Nancy from all of this, that she's just had to be like, relocated and all of it.
She's just been stuck in the quantum realm.
Or it's the idea that, like, she's also a vampire and Nancy's a vampire.
Nancy's half vampire,
Nancy's
which was
half
also
vampire. Yeah.
It was stated in the chat.
In the chat.
So that's why Nancy's half vampire, because she's like Carson. So she ages a bit, but she's not going to age much more. And so Kate, is going to eventually come back and be like, okay, I have to teach you how to be a vampire, a good vampire.
Exactly.
She's like, no, Mom, I'm a bad vampire, but I solve crimes. Because I'm Nancy Dracula.
I'm Nancy Dracula.
Get it? Because Dracula. Nancy Dracula.
Yeah. The last one I wrote down, which are just words together, is Secret of the Old Clock was a LARP.
Yeah, no, I'm
which
down
is
for that.
Which is live action role play. Because, as a theme, as an idea, we have problems with Secret of the Old Clock just being in 1930 problems. And everyone just referencing that it's in 1930. Her scrapbook referencing it's 1930.
No cell phones, no these things that you wouldn't know about if you were writing this in the 1930s.
So, I like to think it was just a LARP, live action role play. That Nancy, she went on a weekend retreat and pretended like it was the 1930s. Which
also explains why when you go to do those deliveries, you come upon these like scenes from movies and books. It's like it's just like Westworld. That's all it is. It's Westworld, but it's the 1930s, and you can live out your own little quests on sidelines.
Exactly. That's all it is.
That's all.
That's what it is. And then she actually came across a mystery in that place. Because Josiah Crowley was someone who was part of that, this town of Ticeville is just always pretending it's 1930. Maybe.
No, it's like, it's Westworld, okay?
Yeah. All I can imagine...
Maybe they are robots.
Because that would also explain all of the anachronisms of, like...
It would also explain, if it's like Westworld, it would also explain... why freaking Jane Willoughby is a melting Jane Cusack. Jane Cusack. I'm going with it. Jane Cusack.
The forgotten Cusack sibling.
There is another Cusack sibling. Did you know that?
There is?
Yes. She was
Dawn, Joan, and...
actually, it might be Jane. It's something along those lines. But yeah, no, she's a real person. She was in the Stephen King miniseries on Hulu. What was it called? Castle Rock.
That's terrifying. Also, I kept getting really confused that there was a Castle Rock on Hulu because there's a Castle Rock in Colorado that I was working in for a while.
Oh.
And every time it was trending on Twitter, I was like, what's going on in Castle Rock? Was there like a shooting? So, that Colorado life.
Yeah,
Every time you see a town in Colorado trending, you're like, oh, was there a shooting? But yeah. So that's the ones we have written down. What about just off the top of your head? Let's think of some. Because that's the best thing about Crackpot Theory Time is coming up with them off the top of our heads.
Yeah, I think I want to do another Crackpot Theory video. If you guys haven't watched it, I did a video compiling a bunch of Crackpot theories on Nancy Drew that I found on the internet. There's some really great ones, like that. My favorite is going to always be that Drew and Kate are the reincarnations of Dirk Valentine and Frances Humbridge. Hamburger.
Humbridge.
I was right the first time. Great.
Yes.
It just sounded too close to Umbridge, and I was very uncomfortable. I've been watching a lot of Harry Potter stuff lately.
That's okay. I forgive you.
But yeah.
Humber.
Apparently.
Humber. We were both Humber. Wrong. We were both wrong.
Thank you.
It's Humber. Good for us. We're great. We got some fact checkers for us. It's fine.
Yeah, right. It's fine. We're
big enough. We got people fact checking us. It's fine.
Got people live fact checking us. All right, cool. I'm always working on that,
the multiverse theory.
Multiverse theory.
Yeah. I mean, they're all like, what I dislike is that the latest games start like,
yeah,
they interconnect too many of them, and I'm like, I don't like that.
Yeah, it messes with my theory.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan.
I also say that things that she says in the bathroom, they don't count.
Yeah.
They don't count.
Bathroom is in between universes. That's why you don't go in there with her. She goes in there to be in a bubble of void. Mm-hmm. She just pops in and out of existence for a little while.
Yeah. Like Janet. Yeah.
Hello. Oh, hi, Nancy. Hi. Girl detective. I'm not a girl. Sorry.
Yes. Thank you. The crossover we all wanted. Nancy Drew in the Good Place.
I now need Darcy, whatever, to
be the new Nancy. Obviously,
be the new Nancy Drew. Will you be Nancy Drew? Sure. Because that's how she does everything. I love her. Yes. She's amazing.
She's amazing. She's the best. Crackpot theory. I think that Nancy is... So I'm gonna expound upon my Nancy has latent psychic powers. Crackpot theory, right? That I started with my Hilda. I'm gonna keep going on it because we see that more in Haunting of Castle Malloy because she's driving with no hands. So
she is. This is true. How did you crash? I was driving with no hands. I was using my brain and it got distracted. So, like, Nancy has latent psychic powers, telekinetic, and telepathic, that she just doesn't understand
so she explains it away as other things.
Yes.
And that's why, like, certain things happen. Because how else would she be able to, like, get through certain things? I'm, like, we watch her, like, pour tea, but there's no hand. Nancy's got psychic powers.
We never see her pick things up. People put things down on tables, and all of a sudden, zoop, they're in her pocket. So
exactly.
Yeah, I'm down for that. Okay. New one. Mm-hmm. Nancy's a robot.
Okay.
Built by Carson. Okay. Because his original Nancy died, obviously. Or maybe
dark timeline.
It turns out that Kate never died and took the real Nancy with her. And poor Carson was just left there to be sad. And so he built himself a daughter to go solve crimes. Meanwhile, real Nancy is an art student in France. But, you know.
Good for Nancy.
Good
for real Nancy.
Yeah.
You know. Good for real Nancy. I like it. So this is some, like, weird fake Nancy.
Yeah.
And that's why she has... Oh, that's why she's really has, like, no...
Yeah, exactly. I was getting ready to say, that's why she has no
human
boundaries. She just does stuff. And
exactly.
And she's like Data in that she's kind of learning that the things she's doing are wrong, but she's not really willing to stop because it's getting the results.
No, why? It's like, I've had these things, like... I was able to, I had positive reinforcement for these bad traits, so I'm going to keep going on them.
So, like, she sees an object, she goes, you know, according to my calculations, that will come in handy later, so I am going to be putting that in my endless bag, my quantum bag, if you will. She's got a little quantum pocket built into her. Yeah. But for some reason, she can't fit a saddle in there, and she doesn't know why. But
or the calendar rocks, I guess. Rude. Those will just break if you try to take them for too long.
Yep.
Whatever. I like that one.
Yeah.
I like Android Nancy theory. Android Nancy theory is now a running theory in my brain.
Right? I'm going to be looking for evidence of it constantly now.
There's lots of, like, especially in later games. Mm-hmm. Like, after Silent Spy, he did a major patch on Android Nancy.
You are not going off to Scotland without me, you lunatic.
Because, like, she becomes super self-aware afterwards, because look at all the self-referential things she says in Labyrinth of Lies and Sea of Darkness.
In Sea of Darkness, that's why she forgot all about the date with Ned. She forgot all about their anniversary because Carson didn't know it, so he forgot to program it in.
Yep. He patched her and he forgot to back up save.
He did. So she just went back, like, to her last hard save, which was like months ago, and so she still thinks that it's months away.
Exactly. See? It's all Carson's fault.
Poor Robo Nancy 3000.
Poor Robo Nancy 3.0.
Robo Nancy 3K. Yeah. 3.8. So she's kind of an off model still because she's an even, but, like...
Yeah, she's 3.8. She's been patched. But, you know, it's fine.
Yeah.
The 3.0 model came out at, like, Deadly Device or something.
Yeah. It got...
Alibi and Ashes, maybe?
He really needed to do an overhaul after Deadly Device because she was just experiencing so many glitches after being exposed to all the electromagnetic fields and everything like that. Like, it nearly fried her.
Oh, yeah.
Just like, oh my god, this is going to be so expensive to fix. You got to stop doing this. But Dad, I have to solve cases. No, all right. Let's turn that down, like, to 90%, okay?
I like it. Crime-solving robot girl is a much better... Now I want a bunch of games of a crime-solving robot girl.
Right.
Damn it. Okay. well. Theory: the Malloys and the Penvillans used to be very close and help each other and give each other ideas before the explosion at Malloy Manor.
Kent's alerts in the chat. Yeah, that's good.
I like that one.
I like it.
Though, to be fair, I don't know why I've headcanoned the Penvillans as actually being Welsh because of the name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no.
So that would be okay. The Welsh and the Irish don't have the bad blood like the Welsh and the Welsh and the English and the Irish and the English. So, because I was like, why would the Malloys and any English people have? No, but I agree.
Yeah, definitely.
I like it. So those are our crazy crackpot theories that we did today. Please let us know yours because we love them. This is our literal favorite thing.
It really is. Just a random string of consciousness that it sort of makes a vague idea of a theory.
Yeah, honestly, just string some words together into what can maybe be construed as a sentence.
I think we would love quantum to into like 3 of my theories. So
yeah, I know.
You just add quantum.
Ray wasn't here.
You just add quantum into things like Marvel does.
Yeah, that works. Yeah. So please let us know on our YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
Don't forget our live journal. Our
We don't have that. Don't go searching on there. Though we do have Pinterest, actually. I just haven't been posting anything on it.
That's weird. You can also like us and everything like that, or rate us and review and shit like that on I'm tired. It's been a week, man. On iTunes and Spotify and nowhere else.
Apparently. We're looking at you, Google Podcasts. Get with it. I'm about ready to just call Google.
Hello, are you Mr. Google?
I need to speak to your manager. That's where I am right now with
Google. Whatever.
As a reminder, you can also subscribe to us on Twitch to get access to our cute little wine glass emote during our streams. And you can become a patron on Patreon at patreon.com/Krolmeister Sisters. So if you want to tell us what to talk about on the podcast, you can do so for $10 a month.
And apparently we will just talk about anything. We just spent half an hour talking about nonsense, so...
Absolute nonsense. Those are just words strung together, and it was fun. I had tons of fun.
Yes.
So, as a reminder, I'm Marisa.
And I'm Ariana.
And we're the Krolmeister Sisters. And we're asking you guys to stay sloopy.